All right, welcome everyone to SafuLane. So today our discussion will be about building a portfolio. So building a portfolio is the topic for today. So we will be having Crypto Cabal to take us on that, and we'll be having some presentation to also leverage on. So yeah, while being with us, enjoy our discussion. Don't forget, if you are watching or checking on this on YouTube, do well to subscribe and turn on your notification so that you don't miss any of our updates. So yeah, and by the way, we are still going to be having another section on Thursday, which will be covering a lot more when it comes to having more technical informations when you want to like buy on some crypto tokens or crypto coins, and when it comes to like knowing if a token or a coin is safe to buy. So this is very, very important. Don't I mean, it's not something we can joke with or we have to joke with. So Crypto Cabal, let me know if you are ready, so that I pass the mic to you.
Yeah, good, good.
All right. So I mean, you can just try and help us make sure that you are more audible. It seems like to me, even after increasing the volume, you're sounding like very, very low.
How about now?
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now.
Okay, okay, okay. All right then. So, welcome.
All right. So just help us to be more audible. Thank
Well,
you.
okay, okay, okay. So, we are going to be talking more on building a portfolio into this session. Though we already had something of this in a previous session, but we just had more like a brief talk on building a portfolio. So, we would understand what a portfolio is actually and how to go around having a portfolio in any aspect, talking about crypto or finance or any aspects you would want to talk about. But today we'll be talking more on how you can work on your portfolio. We'll talk about portfolio asset classifications, and we'll talk about types of portfolios. That is just the three aspects we'll be talking more on this afternoon. So quickly,
All
I'll be
right.
sharing my screen
Yeah,
and
well,
we
good.
have something. So, welcome to today's session on building a portfolio. What do we understand by portfolio? What do we understand by portfolio? Now, talking about portfolio, we, we would understand that portfolio is more like a collection of financial assets. Yeah, and these financial assets can include cryptocurrency, stocks, whatever assets that you can think of that you can have in a portfolio. And these assets are owned by what? By an individual. And it's actually designed in a way that you can achieve investment growth for your goals while managing what? Through different asset classes. Now, let's take, for example, a crypto portfolio. You know, you can actually have different asset classes in your portfolio. You can have likes of Bitcoin, whatever asset classes, and is what is more of investment. Yeah, you save your assets and you'll be able to monitor them and you'll be able to diversify. Now, when we are talking about our portfolio asset classification, now when we are talking about how you can classify your asset classifications, you understand that it involves you just categorizing your investment into what different types. Uh, you can call them how that you can just call them how you can what how you can diversifying, not putting your eggs in one basket. That is just the main aspect of you having a portfolio for proper tracking. There's different applications that we use in tracking our portfolio. Let's say, for example, if you have different wallets, we understand that you have different wallets, centralized finance wallets. There's an application that you can use to link all these wallets and be able to to track your portfolio and be able to watch them properly. We'll be talking about these wallets in as we go on, but I want to just focus more on how you can have a proper portfolio. Now, moving ahead, if you are talking about portfolio asset classification, we have different way of classifying our portfolio. I will only be talking about two types. Two types. We have the likes of, I already have a PDF I created some time ago. Yeah, we have what we call the strategic asset classification and we have the tactical asset classification. These are the types that I'll only be talking about today, which are the ones that people use most or the type of classification we use most. Now, when we are talking about the strategic asset allocation, this involves you setting a particular target percentage for various asset classes in your portfolio. That is just what it means. But now, this strategic asset allocation is based on what? Long-term goals. It's based on long-term goals. And now, the risk tolerance to this particular type of investment or this asset allocation is usually very, very low. It involves low risk or minimal risk. And this type of investment is also based on what? Fundamental and more stable approach. Remember, if you are like the type of investor that save, like you have a long-term goal of saving like Bitcoin and all, you don't have to be reading your chart always. You don't have to be checking what's the market sentiment always. You just have to like check once and have your analysis and all and just save your asset and leave it for a very long time without even getting bored at all. Whatsoever thing that is going to happen. And that is why it's classified as what? As a long-term goal asset classification and it's strategic with low risk tolerance and what? And more fundamentals. Now we have steps in carrying out this strategic asset classification. We have steps. We have the likes of goal definition. We have risk assessment. We have asset class definition. We have strategic allocation, and we have what? Periodic rebalancing. Now, when we are talking about goal definition is just talking about how many percent or how much you want to what gain to whatever assets you are like having in your portfolio. And when you actually attain this particular percentage, you cut it off or you take whatever thing you have in that particular savings, you take it out. Now, when we are talking about risk assessment, it's very necessary to always go for low risk assets when you are going for this type of portfolio allocation, which is the strategic asset allocation. You have to go for the likes of the likes that have low risks. We don't normally go for high risk assets or volatile risk assets. We go for the one that has less volatility. And this type of strategic asset classification is just involves the likes of people who invest in stocks and the likes of them. Yeah, likes of real life assets. That is when we have this strategic asset allocation. It mainly involves real life assets. Now, moving on, we have the tactical asset allocation. Now, this tactical asset allocation involve making short-term investments. And now this type of allocation involves what? Involves high risk. It normally involves high risk. And this is where we talk about the likes of our crypto or risky assets. These are not real life assets. These are more like your liquid assets. Now we have steps in which you are able to or key things you need to take note of in having this type of tactical asset allocation, which include the likes of market analysis, diffusion from strategic allocation. Now, when we are talking about market analysis, it involves the likes of fundamentals, your technicals, your whatever analysis before buying an asset. As I said, this tactical aspect is more of liquid assets, the likes of your Bitcoin, the like of your online, whatever assets that you can think of. That is where uh, all these type of assets falls on the tactical assets. And now, when we are talking about deviation from strategic allocation, it just means most of the times when you buy this particular asset and you add them to your portfolio, at times you might be looking at them in a very long-term way. But at times goes on, if you are following up with what the market analysis and we have a change in trend, you tend to what? You tend to take away all these assets you have, you sell them. You sell them to what? To replace them or to balance your portfolio to what to balance your portfolio because there are times that you see that your portfolio is not actually working out the way you want it. The prices are not moving accordingly. We have when you have some going up, some going down. Now, when we have the ones that are like going down and you have some going up, you have to sell the one that was increasing in prices to balance the price of your portfolio, and that is how it works. Now, moving on, we have what we call types of portfolios. Type of portfolios. We basically have three types of portfolios, but I'll be listing five types for us. I'll be listing five types so we can get it properly. We have the conservative portfolio, we have the aggressive portfolio, we have income portfolios, we have there's this type we call balanced portfolios, there's what we call growth portfolios. Those are the five types that I'll be talking about today. Can anybody still hear me? Are we still following?
Yeah. We are still with you, like 100%.
Okay, good. So moving on, when we are talking about the conservative portfolio, Now, the conservative portfolio only emphasizes on what capital preservation, and more of what income generation. Now, this conservative type of portfolio, if you can hear the word conservative, it just means you what saving funds and what investing in low risk assets. Now, let's take for example, you having a particular portfolio where you only what save your USDT in no risky assets. The price does not go up, it does not go down, except if we have economic whatsoever to it, just like the naira against the dollar, whereby we have the dollar increasing and naira dropping. That is the only risk to this part of portfolio, and that is why it's very conservative. Just for what? Just for capital preservation. Now we have the second type, which we call the aggressive portfolio. Now, the aggressive portfolio focuses more on what high returns and very, very volatile and risky assets. And now this includes more like high proportion of what equities, and you have to like involve alternative investments. You are not only focusing on one asset, you are focusing on different assets, high assets with what very high volatility. And this is where we have the like of your crypto, more like your Bitcoin, your whatever. And now under this aggressive portfolio, we have what we call portfolio construction and risk allocation. Now, when we are talking about this risk allocation or portfolio construction under this aggressive portfolio, this is where we talk more of cryptocurrency, and this is where we have the likes of blue chip assets, we have the likes of large cap, mid cap, and low cap assets on the cryptocurrency aspect. Now, if you are into cryptocurrency portfolio construction, you have to understand that we have blue chip assets. And now, in most crypto portfolio allocation, you understand that a lot of people that work under this asset classification, they hold Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are blue chip cryptocurrencies. They are the types we call blue chip cryptocurrencies. In everybody that has a portfolio in cryptocurrency, you understand that they are holding Bitcoin or they are holding Ethereum. Why are they holding Bitcoin or Ethereum? It's because and Ethereum are high cap cryptocurrencies. And now, when we are talking about high market cap cryptocurrencies, they are cryptocurrencies that fall under the number 1 to number 20 under the market cap classification. If you should go to your CoinGecko, your coin market cap, you see the way they are listed according to their market capitalization. So from number 1 to 20 are actually the high caps. And now under this portfolio management, you understand that if you are actually following the aggressive way of portfolio uh, classification, you are enabled to hold more like 50% of Bitcoin or 50% of what? High caps. Now, the other parts of your portfolio, let's take, for example, the mid caps. The mid caps are actually the one we regard to the ones on the number 20 to 100. Yeah, on your coin market cap. The ones that are from number 20 to 100 are the ones we classify as middle caps. So, you are supposed to be holding like 30% or 25% of these middle caps in your portfolio to make it very balanced. And now, when you are holding 25 or 30% of it, it's not just that you are going to be holding one currency. No, you can diversify. You can have different types. You can have different types. Talking of your any coin at all that you can think of that is number 20 to 100, you can have them. Now, when we are talking about the low caps fall under the one from 100 below, from number 100 downwards. These are the types that we call low caps. Now, you can have lesser, not even up to 20% of these low caps in your portfolio. And this is what makes it very balanced. And that is why it's called aggressive portfolio type. You can see that you have a lot of risky assets under this category. And that is how the aggressive aspect works. Now we have the third type, which is the income portfolio. Income portfolio. Now this focus more on like steady streams. Yeah, this focus on steady streams or your incomes, whatever you are generating, you are just dumping it in a place, just one place. You are generating and you are saving it in just a wallet or a particular place you are saving it. That is just what income means, income portfolio, as the name says, income portfolio. Now the fourth type we are going to talk about is called the growth portfolio. Now the growth portfolio, as you hear the name, growth portfolio is just for what? Capital appreciation, and it's a long-term type of portfolio. A long-term type of what? Portfolio. It's something that it's a portfolio you have for a very long time. Now, when we are talking about the last type, which is the balanced portfolio, the balanced portfolio is more of you joining the what was it called? You joining the combination of conservative and aggressive, conservative and aggressive, and that is where we have the balanced type of portfolio. And you understand that when we have the aggressive portfolio, it involves high risk assets. And now when we are having conservative, it's more of like low risk assets. And now when we combine the two, it makes it balanced. You have low risk assets and high risk assets. And this is how it works. Very, very simple and accurate. So now when we are talking about portfolio in general, it's talking about what? It's collection of what? Financial assets, more like your savings. And now this type of savings is not talking about your bank, whatever. It's not something centralized. It's not something centralized, because if it's centralized, you won't have much assets. And now when we are talking about centralization, this type of centralization I'm talking about is more of like your bank where you save your naira or just your dollar. No, portfolio management is not like that. Portfolio management involves different assets. different asset classes. You can have your stocks, you can have your crypto, you can have metals, different things, your gold and other assets. Now it just involves how you are able to allocate all these assets, or how you are able to classify them, and this is how you'll be able to build a very good portfolio. But most people here, I'm sure we only focus more on crypto portfolio. So if you are working more on crypto for portfolio is more aggressive type of portfolio, and this is where we have the blue chips token, and where we have high caps, mid caps, and low caps. And this is where you'll be able to to choose your portfolio. And now there's what we call portfolio rebalancing. What does portfolio rebalancing mean in crypto? It just means how you are able to diversify and balance your portfolio. You know, if you have a portfolio in crypto, we have unstable market, what's it called, market conditions, whereby you see that all asset class, some are going down, some are going up. Now, how will you be able to balance them? If you are the type that works on a long-term thing, how would you be able to balance them? And that is where this rebalancing comes in. Now, if you are holding Bitcoin, let's say for example, you are holding Bitcoin for a very long time, 50% of your portfolio or your asset classes are on Bitcoin, and you have other assets with the other 50%. And you notice that, okay, you are holding Bitcoin for a very long time, and Bitcoin is not actually doing well. The price is dropping. Now you can actually rebalance in a way that you get other assets. You sell some part of your Bitcoin, you get other assets of other caps, maybe low cap or mid cap, to what? To gain back whatsoever thing you've lost and make your portfolio balance. And that is what we call portfolio rebalancing. And that is how simple it is. And that is all what we have in what's building a portfolio. It's very simple. It's very simple. Probably I would get a screenshot, or I would make a short video on a particular app that you can use to gather all your portfolio. If you're having like 10 wallets, you have an application whereby you can merge all these wallets together, and all the assets will be showing in one wallet, and you'll be able to track them and work on your portfolio. So this is just the little I have to share on building a portfolio. I don't know if Crypto SafuLane has anything to deposit on building a portfolio. So this is where I'll be stopping. So SafuLane, you can take over from here.
All right, thank you so much, Crypto Kaba. I think that was a very, very I really enjoy your take on this. Yeah, let's just put it out there for everyone. Do you have any question concerning what we've been taught today by Crypto Kaba, like what he have explained to us? Because it is very crucial for us to know how to identify, okay, what is the asset I'm holding? Like, is it just like the way the whole category have been explained, like you try to understand that if it is fitting into the main, or the how will I say, the goal you've targeted for a particular project. So yeah, let's put it out there. Do we have anyone that is having any question for us? We are all good to go.
Yeah, I have a question.
All right, go ahead, please, Pascal.
Thank you, Crypto Cover, for the wonderful lecture. I wanted to ask, can we also build a portfolio, like, let's say an asset? Can we look at it in the sense that if an asset is having a high total value log and TVL, is it at advantage then that we build this asset? I don't know if you get my question. Like, should we consider, if you are looking at building a portfolio, should we consider looking at assets with a higher total value log? That's where I want to take it. Hello.
Okay. Now
Okay, I
I
think
get
Crypto
your
Kaba can
question.
go ahead.
Now when you are talking about total value, you can actually view an asset with that because it's more like an investing guide when you want to like pick what's it called, an asset to invest in. Let's say DeFi, whatever, if you want to invest. Now, if you actually see most tokens or assets that fall under that class where you have to check total value lock and all, they are more of like low caps and mid caps. Yeah, so if you are looking at them from that aspect, yeah, they are still good one. Remember, we talked about two types of what was it called? We talked about two types of portfolios where I talked about portfolio asset classification, where I talked about strategic asset allocation and the tactical asset allocation. Now, this is where the tactical asset allocation comes in. And, under the tactical asset allocation, I talked about the market analysis. Now, you have to use market analysis, and this is where your question comes in. Now, you can actually use the TVL. TVL is more of like the market analysis too, because under market analysis, that is where we have the fundamentals. And when we are talking about fundamentals in DeFi, that is where we have our basic research methodology, and that is where the aspect of total value loss comes in. So it's actually a good one.
Okay, I still have one more question. Thank you very much. I understand. And also, you said you made mention of, let's say you have a high market cap asset and a low, let's say medium market cap asset.
Large
Let's
cap
say for
and mid cap, yeah.
okay, let's say we have let's say Solana. Let's say Solana is increasing in price, and we have Ethereum going,
Mhm.
um, that's reducing in price. Can we sell uh, uh, this Solana, which is increasing in price, and Ethereum is going down? Is it advisable we sell
Crypto Kaba, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here. I was not able to hear anything.
Hello? Did you get my
Okay,
question? Hello?
No, I did not get the last part actually.
You made mention something of balancing of portfolio. So I was thinking, I was giving a
Yeah.
comparison between Ethereum and Solana now. Let's say we have this increment of Solana is increasing in price and Ethereum is going down.
Mhm.
Is it advisable we sell Solana then buy more of Ethereum? I don't know. That's understand the concept of balanced
Yeah,
portfolio.
yeah, rebalancing of portfolio. Now, when we are talking about rebalancing of portfolio, right? When we are talking about rebalancing of portfolio, now it's just simple. It's just simple. Let's take, for example, the price of your iCap or your blue chip token is actually dropping, and the price of your Solana is increasing. Now you can see that what is more of like you buying more of an asset at a cheap price. Now, if Solana is increasing, I see that iCap price is actually dropping. You know that you actually would probably be in what break even of your particular investment. Let's say you have $5,000 now. As one is dropping and one is increasing, the price would be balanced. You are not in loss. Now you can actually sell the one that is going up and buy more of what of that particular token that is dropping because you get more at cheaper price. And when it's actually increasing, you make more profits. Do you get how it works?
Yes,
Do you
yes,
get how it
yes,
works? Like
yes, yes.
it's very simple. Let's say a token is at $10 and it's dropping. When it's dropping, let's say it drops to at $5, then you buy more of it. When you buy at $5, you are getting more of that what particular asset. So when the
Assets.
price increases, as you buy at lesser price, when the price increases, you make more profit, and that is how rebalancing works. You balance all the assets. It's not just limited to crypto, whatever assets you have in a portfolio, and that is how
Oh,
it works out.
thank you very much.
All right, all right. So I believe we've had a very nice